You are listening to the National Briefing with Kathy Mutlatlana.
This interview is proudly brought to you by FNB Business. Women's Month is an opportunity to celebrate the women who are shaping South Africa's entrepreneurial landscape through innovation, resilience, and determination. Women-owned businesses continue to make an important contribution to economic growth, job creation, and community development, often while navigating very unique challenges. One such entrepreneur is Nonjabulo Sokela. She's the founder of NipoWorks and also an FNB business customer client. Nonjabulo, good morning to you. Thanks for your time this morning.
Good morning, Kathy, and your listeners, and thank you for having me on your show.
Well, tell us about your entrepreneurial journey. What inspired you to start NipoWorks, and how has the business evolved since you've started?
So what inspired me, Kathy, to establish NipoWorks initially was obviously for my own personal benefit, to ensure that I'm able to support my family. As the eldest daughter, you always want your siblings to outrun you in the same way that every parent wants their kids to outrun them. But since then, the company has evolved over the years to wanting SMMEs in the township as well as rural communities to gain market access to growing sectors of the economy, and just having young people being informed about the growing sectors of the economy, such as your green economy, your blue economy, so that when they choose their subjects, they know that this is what will enable them to further their studies at a tertiary level, as well as eventually securing employment or starting their own business.
Let's talk about what you actually do in the business.
Yes, so we consider ourselves as an ecosystem builder at NipoWorks, simply because we live by our vision, which is to try and make sure that at least one household has an individual that is able to contribute towards South Africa's GDP. And we do this every day by ensuring that young people get the right accreditations that will enable them to form part of growing sectors of the economy, such as the green economy. And we also make sure that SMMEs, especially the ones that are located in rural areas and township areas, to form part of the economy as well, and just make sure that they are moved from the stigma of informal to formal by making sure that their houses are in order and we give them market access.
What were some of the early challenges that you had to overcome when building NipoWorks?
Sure. I must start off by just saying that I am glad that I have the parents that I had, because their pearls of wisdom still echo at the back of my mind when I feel like giving up at times. My father once said that empilweni uyalwa. And in layman terms, basically for me, what it meant is that you just need to persevere and work hard. And obviously the bravery of my mother also has really helped me. But really what we faced a lot at the inception of the company is the rejection, simply because I believe we're quite early in the market, and corporates as well as government at the time did not have the strategic focus on sustainability in comparison to the now recent years where the conversations have now become more fluid, because obviously South Africa is now signed a couple of years ago to be part of the 196 countries that signed the Paris Accord. So when you talk about ESG and the importance of inclusivity, it's now people are more receptive to what you are saying, and they really are open to making sure that we build this economy and no one is really left behind.
I imagine, Nonjabulo, one of the other challenges is that you are also, again, walking into a space that is predominantly male dominated, and the fact that you're also upskilling people in the sector. Have you found yourself in those situations where you're going to important meetings, walking into certain rooms, and suddenly people are just not expecting that it would be you who show up, that they are expecting somebody who's of a different gender, perhaps even of a different race?
Yes, that has happened, and it still happens. But what I have learned is that it's quite important that you do what you need to do, which is simply provide the best service that you can. I have faced those stereotypes, and as you know, that in terms of the green economy or STEM-related fields, there's a low percentage of women that are actually involved in STEM-related fields. So you do have those eyes that just look at you and say, this is a young person. What experience do they have? Do they even know what they are doing? But I don't let that deter me. As I said, perseverance has been for me.
And as an F&B business customer, how has having the right banking partner supported your journey?
So firstly, I'm glad they were the First National Bank. Excuse the. Can I assist you? They really mean it. They want to see you grow, and they are intentional about the partnership. Excuse me. They make you think beyond your 5-year strategy that you normally have as an organization. They elevate your thinking to legacy, such as, do you want to sell your company in the next coming years? Do you want to pass it on to future generations? Then make sure you have this in place, so that you are able to do all of these things that you want to do. Because at the end of the day, we're not just running a shop that we want to close overnight, but we want to live, we want to make sure that we're building businesses that we can either pass on to future generations. And I'm glad that I'm working or walking this journey with FNB.
Nonjabulo Sokela, founder of Nipper Works and an F&B business customer. And this interview, of course, has been proudly brought to you by F&B Business.